Guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to take a look at another of these Raw 10 Mcfarlane Toys figures, and this one is now starting the larger figures because there are two smaller and two larger, and this one is called Fren-Z, and you can see it's a very cool half mechanical type of a shark, a really cool looking shark. As usual with the Mcfarlane Toys Raw 10 line, it looks absolutely beautiful as far as the sculpt and detail goes. Some pretty cool looking paint application as well, and you have pretty much the same style of awesome box art here, a really cool image of the shark right there on the front, and then if we turn it around, you can see, again, information on Fren-Z the shark and the other figures here in the line, as well as a really nice image of the shark itself. So let's go ahead and get this box open and take a look at it right now. So just like the other Raw 10 figures, we get the really cool booklet inside, sporting some beautiful artwork, pretty much the same standard artwork we've seen every single time so far. But that also means that we get a really cool, there we go, really cool poster of our Fren-Z shark. I love these additions to this set. I almost want to hang each one of them up like a child, hanging posters up on my wall because they are so incredibly cool. Something that you could easily frame and keep forever is something as beautiful as this very cool comic book style artwork that they include. Love those little additions to these figures. And then we have our Fren-Z, the shark, and he knocked my backdrop down because he's so huge. But an absolutely immense and very cool looking shark figure here from the Mcfarlane Toys Raw 10 line. Absolutely awesome looking with that kind of mechanical lower jaw and sort of mechanical teeth on the upper side, and then halfway through the body you can see it kind of tears itself open, almost looking like a Terminator shark pretty much. Really awesome looking, pretty much an off-the-wall awesome toy that I would have been in love with as a child, so me being an adult am also in love with it now. So let's go ahead and just get a closer look at it because I really want to see this figure up close. So starting up here at the head sculpt of our shark, you can see some really nicely painted eyes in there with a reddish coloration. They look very mean, very evil. You can also see some really beautiful detailing in general as far as the actual skin texture of the shark. You can see that it has a very nicely sculpted out nostril, as far as kind of like some slits and stuff here and there that I guess is sort of insinuating some damage maybe the shark has taken at some point. And then if you look, you can see that the main color is like a blue, and you can also see like a little bit of shading here around the eye with like a dark purple type of a color, but you can also see that there's that nice, it's like a wash I think that they've included here on the body, and it almost gives it like a really cool dry brushing effect that they might have done in certain areas with that kind of purplish coloration, really bringing all the detail of the shark out beautifully. And I think it looks extremely nice as far as the overall appearance of the figure goes, thanks to the way they've painted it, giving it again that really nice bluish coloration, which looks really cool, but then kind of dry brushing that like purple over top really brings all the detail out and shows you how incredible the actual skin texture of this shark truly is. You can also see how nicely done the gills of the shark is right there as far as the sculpt work, and again some more damage has been done to this poor shark here on the side of it, and the skin texture and the detailing is just off the charts as far as every little area. Again, another slit right here that we can see on this shark. It is just crazy how well detailed this figure is. Even down here into the fin, look at how beautiful that fin is. Really nice sculpt and detail. If we take a look here at the underside, again it looks absolutely beautiful. You can even see some of the really nicely done detail here on the underside as far as the way they've kind of even, I don't know if it's a wash or if they dry brushed it. It's really hard to actually figure out. It's tough to tell. But once we move up here into the mechanical area of our shark, you can see, which is pretty much the mouth, the lower jaw. It's again given that very nice picture perfect gray as far as like that metallic type of a gray, and then given a very nice dark wash with a darker gray or a black, and it makes it look so realistic as far as the mechanical areas go, and very striking, and really brings the detail out in general of the entire thing. We do have an articulated jaw, and this is the first one that the jaw actually closes all the way as far as the articulated jaw. So once we open it nice and wide and we get in there and take a look at how incredibly cool that is. The teeth are all over the place here on the lower jaw, as well as the teeth up here on the upper jaw, and they all look extremely cool. And I love that they've even kind of added in areas where some of the teeth maybe were knocked out right there. that was a really cool little addition. There's a few over here as well that are missing, so that's super, super cool as far as adding in really cool little touches like that. But the entire inside of the mouth is painted beautifully as far as that metallic coloration goes. Again, given that really nice dark wash, which brings all that detail out in picture-perfect fashion. And wow, did they do an incredibly good job on this shark in every possible way. I love that you can even see way back there, it looks like it actually has a legitimate throat as well. So off the charts, incredible as far as this goes. And look at how angry it looks. Super, super angry. As we move back into the body, again, you can see up here on the dorsal fin some more damage that this shark has taken, as well as some more of that really nice paintwork. And then we get to the midsection of the shark, and it actually articulates really well. And you can see now, if we pull it out open really far, you can see all the incredible detail as far as the mechanical area of the shark goes, the kind of cyborg-like area of this shark. And the sculpt and detail is just off the charts as far as these areas go. I always am just continuously blown away by how much detail they include. It is seriously jaw-dropping just how much sculpt work they've included in these sort of like cyborg areas of these figures. It's just insane. And the way that they painted it again with that really nice picture-perfect gray for the sort of metallic look, but then having the dark wash bring the detail out looks so awesome and so legit. It is just crazy. And again, like I said, there's that really nice articulation, so you can pose this shark exactly how you want. And it also has articulation back here in the tail fin, and you can again see some areas here that are actually kind of shaded with like that purple in certain spots just to give it some more color variation. And you can see kind of like the skin kind of eroded away here as it connects to the areas where the mechanical part sticks out. I really like that as well. Very nicely sculpted detail here on the fins in the back, just like we saw on the front. Very beautiful detailing as far as the skin texture in every area of this shark. And then we get back here to the tail fin, and the tail fin again has that really nice, beautiful kind of cyborg type of a look to it with the metallic type of a look, again with the really nice dark wash and an absolutely incredible sculpt as far as that goes. And if we take a look at the opposing side, it pretty much looks just like the previous side did. Again, we can see how it has that really nice articulation to bring the midsection out quite nicely in every area, but the actual sculpt and everything seems like it's pretty similar, if not the same, as what we had seen on the previous side. Very, very similar again. So we don't really need to go over too much of the sculpt. It looks, I guess actually right here you can definitely see some differences as far as like some of the damage that the shark has taken here. Really cool looking as far as like some of the skin just kind of being eaten away or destroyed. The dorsal fin looks really, really good up here on the back on this side as well. Again, that's super awesome jaw there. You have that nicely painted red eye as well as the very nicely sculpted out nostril. You don't have that kind of damage over the eye like you have over here, so you have less damage on this side. Kind of the skin reacting and everything to the movement of the shark right there. Really like that. Beautiful gills, again highlighted with that dark purple, so it really helps to stand out to you. And then once we get back here into the stomach, you can again see how really nicely done they have applied this kind of like dry brushing or wash, and really brings the detail of the skin texture out in beautiful, beautiful fashion. And then we get to the mechanical area, which is just unbelievably, insanely well sculpted. And then back to the body again, some more injuries here highlighted with that purplish coloration, and then back to the super cool tail fin of our shark. So absolutely awesome, and I am really excited now to have a look at one of these larger Raw 10 Mcfarlane Toys figures. Again, with articulation, we have quite a bit of it. So we have the articulated jaw, which works really well, and then you have articulation here and here in the midsection, so you can kind of move it all over the place. As far as playability goes, this is off the charts, but also displayability. And then back here we have the tail fin, which can also articulate as well, so it gives it a really cool, very smooth swimming movement to the shark. And I love the articulation of the figure. Absolutely love that they've given this that type of articulation, and it overall, on top of looking amazing, allows so many cool possibilities as far as displaying this really cool shark, which pretty much creates the total package as far as this figure goes. As far as a size, it is definitely a big one. So from the tip of the snout, if we go out to the tail, you are looking at about 15 inches or about 38, maybe actually close to 39 centimeters in length. And then for a height, if we don't knock my backdrop down again, we have to the tip of the snout about 6 3/4 inches or about 17 centimeters, maybe a little bit above, and then to the tip of the dorsal fin, about 6¼ inches, or around 16 centimeters for a size comparison. There is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon next to our really cool Raw 10 Fren-Z shark, and you can see that next to these figures it is very, very large and sports some pretty darn significant size to it for sure. And if these figures don't help to show you that, and you happen to have some of the other Raw 10 figures already in your collection, then there is the Raptor and Battlesnake figures next to our Fren-Z shark, showing you that on top of the shark being large, all of the figures in this line completely are quite large, but the shark is quite clearly the largest to this point until we get to the Cygor ape. But again, showing you here with these figures all together should tell you that there is definitely some pretty darn significant size in both the shark and these other figures. So this Mcfarlane Toys Raw 10 Fren-Z shark is incredible, absolutely incredible, as has every figure from this line so far been. They are all just the absolute coolest thing that you could possibly imagine, and I am just head over heels in love with each so far. They are just such a cool idea, such a cool concept to just create something so fun. Just half sort of living, half sort of cyborg type creatures and monsters, and just kind of send them on out to the stores and let kids do with them as they please, and adults as well, because I am quite clearly an adult collector and I am loving every second of these figures. They are just so incredibly cool and off the wall awesome that I feel like it would be hard not to absolutely love them. The sculpt of this shark is just beautiful, really nice detailing all throughout the entire figure in every area. Very nice skin texture. As far as the skin texture goes, it's really nice and very fine for the most part, but the kind of wash or dry brushing they've done has brought the detail out so beautifully that you instantly take note to how good the actual sculpt and detail of the skin texture truly is, as well as including so many different wounds and damage areas to the shark. And I love the way they kind of sculpted out the areas where the skin sort of stops and then transitions to the mechanical areas, because it just looks like the skin has kind of been eroded away and just ripped apart and now has exposed certain parts of the animal, which gives it a very almost Terminator type look to the figure overall. And then once you actually get to the mechanical areas, you are just flabbergasted by how incredibly well sculpted these figures are. The mechanical areas are just like next level as far as the detailing goes, and I must commend Mcfarlane Toys on just how unbelievable the sculpts of these figures have been so far. And I love the way they painted this with kind of like giving it that beautiful metallic look in the cyborg-like areas with the very nice dark wash, but also in the skin textured type areas with like certain areas sort of shaded with a purple to really elaborate them and stuff like that. It just looks so cool overall as far as the paintwork goes. It's very, very highly detailed, but really nicely done as far as the paint as well. So this figure is just incredible looking as far as both sculpt and paint. And then you have articulation on top of all of it, and it actually is really nice articulation. I love that they have articulation in like the midsection of the shark. I completely expected the articulation of the jaw, because that's just kind of like a given in this day and age. But the articulation of the midsection was kind of a surprise, and I didn't expect it until I opened the box and it started to move, and I was really blown away instantly by the fact that it does have articulation in the midsection of the shark, and then again at the tail fin, which has a really cool metallic appearance to it as well. So this shark, this Fren-Z Raw 10 Mcfarlane Toys shark, is just off the charts awesome, and I really recommend anybody interested in just heading to your local Walmart and picking one up. These retail for around the $20 price range, and I can definitely say that they are without question worth the price of admission for each figure so far. So make sure you head to your local Walmart, pick up this absolutely awesome figure, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.